right, here we go. We're ready to get started. And hopefully everybody is having a great start to your week. We're back after a little bit of a delay yesterday. Yeah, we got a few people in the chat tonight. We got Robin in the chat. We've got Sunburn Relic, OSG Hourglass, Mooney. Hello, everyone. Yeah, a puppy cam. There seems to be a consensus we need a puppy cam. Well, maybe at some point we'll get that set up. Yeah, but the puppy is doing very well. She got just a little bit too much time outside and it was just a little bit too warm for her. So little nervous last night, but she seems to be doing just fine. Bounced back, although there was a thunderstorm today. She doesn't like thunderstorms. So she's just had a pretty rough couple of weeks. She had to have a tooth removed last week. So there's just a lot going on with her, but I think she's in a good spot now. So yeah, but that's the updates. Now we're going to be getting started with collecting up some materials. And that's going to be our goal for tonight. As the stream title says, we're going to a pale garden biome. We first have to find a pale garden biome. And we're going to be collecting up a couple of things I want to get there. I want to get, let's see, what do I want to get? Pale oak wood. I want to get some of the pale oak leaves, and I want to get some of the flowers. Not all of those are going to be things that we need for an upcoming project. The pale oak wood is the primary thing that we're going to need. And while I do have a farm that we could use to be able to get the pale oak wood, that's not a very interesting stream. So I feel like it'd be more interesting on the stream to try to find a pale garden biome to be able to get our wood collected up, because we're going to be doing a project that requires a lot of pale oak wood. We actually need a full shulker box worth of pale oak wood. So logs, not planks. And that's going to take a little bit to get collected up. I do want to make sure that I have everything that we need. And what we're going to need is some obsidian, because, yep. All right. This is the world where I have things that I need. Other worlds, I don't always have the stuff that I need, but this one we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the nether. We're going to have to travel a little bit of ways to be able to find a pale oak or pale garden. Because a lot of the space around this area where we are has all been generated pre-pale garden update, or the pale garden drop, or I forget, what was it called? It's called something. I can't remember. It was called something. The pale garden something drop. And so I think the best place to look for that is to go all the way out to where we've got this portal. And we're going to go past this portal. We're not going to stop here. We're going to keep going a little bit of ways. I think we'll probably go out about another 800 blocks. So that way we can get some new terrain. It is a lot of wood. Yep. It is a big project too. So it's actually a lot bigger project than what I thought it was. Yeah, creaky and freaky. And yeah, the project was supposed to be a smaller project. I started out trying to do a smaller project, and then the project got bigger, and then it got bigger some more, and some more again. So here we are. We've got a project that is 96,000 blocks in total. So, and I say project, it's actually two. There's two parts. There's two sides because it's on either side of our city. So it's a substantial project. And we've got Robin, who has been a member for 16 months. Thank you so much, Robin. That's amazing. 16 months. Where does the time go? Who knows? All right, there we go. So we've got that. That's good. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to be headed out here. I have not done any check, so I don't know what's on the other side of this portal. We may just be on a little beach. Not the first time we've gone through a portal and ended up on a beach. I'm going to just take a screenshot so that we know where those coordinates are. But yeah, we're about 12,000 blocks now out in this world. Let's see. Do we want to go? I think we want to go either go that way or that way, which means let's go this way. This is going to take us to new areas. Got a lot that we'll be able to see out here. Always fun to go out and explore a world. Last week, we were looking for geysers in the hardcore world. We saw some really fun terrain. I was kind of a little bit jealous of the terrain that we were seeing, to be honest. I thought, you know what? I should have put our base out here. And we got Bubbly in the chat. Hello, Bubbly. So, let's see. I mean, we might find some geysers out here, too. We're going to have to keep an eye out. That's not the objective. The objective is a pale garden. But if we can find some geysers, that might be kind of nice. Flying over an ocean, not the greatest. Probably won't find too many of either biomes over an ocean. We want to look for some dark oak forest, some mountains. It's kind of interesting. We'll have to see. Also, got to check out Lytra. Lytra's doing all right. So we shouldn't have anything to worry there. Maybe some outposts or small bases on the interesting terrain. Ooh. Yeah, we should do that. I've actually had some ideas. We're going to let the terrain sort of load in around here so we can get a sense of what's around us. That might tell us where we need to go. Going to need to get some sleep here in just a moment. Continuing the cottage I made in the tundra. Ooh, yeah. We are going to need some spruce leaves. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to collect them tonight. If we do have enough time to collect them tonight, that could be something. We could go back there and try to find some spruce. I was just checking this out. Oh, this is a village over here. Okay. This roof didn't look quite normal, but it's just because it's two houses really close together. Look at this sunflower field. All right, we're definitely not finding the correct biome. Oh, look at this. Some nice cliffs over here. Every time my wings have broke, I've been over an ocean. Ooh, that is lucky. Yeah, I've not had that kind of luck. But yeah. So I made some changes. So last time I added the chat to the screen, and you'll have to let me know what you think of it. So last time the chat disappeared pretty quickly. I've extended the amount of time that the chat stays up. I think it's better that way, but let me know. We're gonna see what we can find out here. I wonder if we should just take a little stop right here, because there should be... Oh, there's a horn. This is a good horn. It's a decent horn. I feel like I need to collect these. Horns and music discs are things to collect. Horse and dolphins. Oh, ooh. Got dark oak forest. That's the smallest dark oak forest I've ever seen. No pale garden biomes around this one. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Okay. I had turned down the render distance earlier today. Wanted to make sure that I had turned it back up. Oh, we got some mountains. This is a good sign. Mountains are good. Look at this village over here. It's in a very interesting location. They've got their a mountaintop farm up here. Here, let me help you guys. Get you some water. Our good deed for the day. We've helped them out. All right. Well, we've got a very small cherry blossom biome over here. This is another good mountain. Ooh, dark oak forest over here. Is there a pale garden? Floating farms, yeah. No pale garden. But I think we should keep an eye out. Oh, Bill's. We found one. All right, perfect. Before we go over there, I think we should keep an eye out. We're gonna just record where this place is. These cliffs would make a fun project, but not that we're in search of projects. All right. So here we go. We've got our pale garden biome. A torch to keep the farmer's water from freezing. Oh no. Yeah, I should have put a torch down. All right. But we're here. So my thought is, well, actually, there's a couple other things that I want to get. I want to get some resin too. So as we're going through, we're going to be, I don't need to hold on to these. Those are from something else. Oh, I'll show you what those were from. I made some additions to my storage room that I think, little additions that will make a huge difference. All right, but we got to go ahead and start collecting wood. And probably we should get out our torch and hoe. So that way we can get some saplings. And we can replant the trees. So we don't leave this garden completely empty when we go home. More of a gradual pale garden. Yeah. We're going to want to get some leaves too, but first we got to get the saplings. And we can get plenty of saplings if we just do this. So first up, get saplings. Second up, get the leaves. Now, I don't think I need to put these on dirt to be able to grow. Potentially, we will need to. Silent Hill. Oh, yes. Yep. It's going to be quiet. We're going to wait and let the night come. We're not going to sleep through the night because we do want to get the creaking out so I can get some resin. So, might get a little bit risky here. We probably should get our chest plate, actually. Now that I think about it, that would be a great idea. Add. Let me see. Do I have... Oh, I do have Silk Touch on here. So, we could take the Creaking Hearts home with us. That would be another useful thing. We're going to just get... We're going to get everything here. I was also thinking we probably could get some of the flowers. So we want to get that. Don't necessarily need this leaf. Keep those. What's that going to get? Chest plate. That way, let's kind of compress everything down here. All right. Perfect. Just get a creaking heart and make an area at home for infinite resin. Yep. Yep. That would be a good idea too. Yeah. We'll definitely do that. We're going to take them home, but we're going to, yes, we want to be able to see where they're spawning in case we don't find one as we chop the trees down here. Yeah, the pale garden carpets are really nice. Now, did anybody see the new snapshot that came out today? Do I have the moss? Yes, I do have the moss. I actually have a pretty good amount of it. Well, I also have my moss farm that I can load it up into. So we're good on the moss. Yeah, if we can't find the creaking heart before night, we'll have to let the night come. So that way we can find the creaking heart. There we are. Yeah, the cushion seats. I am actually really excited about the cushions if they work the way they currently work in the snapshot. I think there is so much potential with them. These do, well, they do gray dye. I was actually going to set up a little flower farm here, but okay, we'll not worry about that. Yeah, so many uses for building. There's so much that can be done with those cushions. So I'm really hoping that they don't change them too much. That they leave it so that you can place them on anything. They act like entities, yeah. Building on the Xbox. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not great for any sort of lag situation. All right. Do we have any creakings? It's nighttime. Let's go look around. Oh no, not a creeper. That is the wrong kind of thing. Blow up. Okay. Hello? Hello? I feel like I should just stand in this open space. If I just look at the ground, will they come out? So sad. No friends for me to have. Oh. Oh. We're getting all the wrong kinds of friends. We don't need you. I also don't want you. Oh, we're getting shot. Oh, ow. Okay. Let's see. Any creaking? Well, we got our flowers. Oh, another creeper. No creepers. Oh, hello. You're the friend that I was looking for. So I think this is our tree over here. All right, my friend. We've found... Oh, no. Okay, let's just quickly... We've got it. Okay. Now we can sleep. Play hard. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We're taking a little bit of a beating out here. All right. Now we can sleep. Resin time. Yes. Resin is something that I haven't been able to use a lot here because I've actually not gone to many pale garden biomes in this world. I went to one right when they first came out, collected up the trees, and I haven't been back. So it's a little bit of a... We don't need the sticks. We don't need the arrows. We do need this. We don't need that or that. There we go. Wish pale grass was obtainable and reusable with shears like normal grass. Nice to use. Yeah. Gray grass would be amazing. That sound of the police. Oh, we've got some skeletons over here having a party. All right. Well, I feel much better. Let's drop this off. Now we can go around and get the rest of the trees. Actually, let's go back over here because get the resin. This may... Do we need a pickaxe for this? Yep. This is the first resin that I've ever got. Oh, these are orange. Oh, interesting. So clothes, they give a different kind. Okay. All right. I gotcha. How much do we have? Yep. 3. And you need, okay. You need 9. Only need tools for gathering of the heart. Oh, okay. Name him Richard. Oh. All right. Let's do this. Oh, not that. We'll just fill in this area here. Get things sort of cleaned up a little bit. All right. Yeah, we don't have very many saplings. So we've got a lot that we're going to need to get still. Still collect them up. But we can get things just a little bit more fixed up. I think those. There we go. Could never tell that a creeper's been there. we want to drop that off, drop that off, drop that off, drop that off, drop that off. We want all of these. We want all the flowers. I don't know if I'll use them in our city, but always nice to have options. We have an old forest. Pilko makes great tree. Ooh. Resin on leaves for fruit. Brown bees. Inman Tavern. Ooh, that looks like... Those are great ideas, Sunburned Relic. Yeah, we'll have to try them. I know exactly which trees we should try them on when we get back. Something that I've been thinking about. And I just didn't have the resin to do it at the time that I built the trees. So, Creeper Sweeper. Play like Minesweeper? Yeah. That would be kind of fun. Alright. Break that block. And then let's get our... There we go. See how many... Oh, you can actually... I think you can craft a creaking heart, right? No. Maybe? Great spot for a specific flower farm. Yeah. I was going to do one, and I could probably still do one. We've got the pistons, redstone, dispensers, repeaters. Yeah, we've got everything. We could definitely build one. We should build one before we leave. I think it's craftable. Let's see. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Is it craftable? Yeah, crafting table. But what's the recipe? Do you need resin blocks? Oh, 2 logs and a resin block. Okay. Yeah. It's like... That's what it is. Because we don't have the resin blocks yet. We're going to need to get some resin blocks. Get one. You can get lots more. Okay. We're not doing... super lots of crafting. Or chopping. Lots of trees we gotta chop down. This is saving me a lot of bone meal. It's what... Not that I'm short on bone meal. We got plenty of bone meal, actually. We're gonna do something a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. We should stop making rare things. Crap. Reason for adventure. Ooh, yeah. So I was able to collect all... So, was it last week that we did the stream to get the Gilded Blackstone? I was able to get all of the Gilded Blackstone collected that I needed. And it took me 28 hours in total to get it all. So, went to over 20 bastions. I hope it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it. But yeah, I do like having rare blocks. Keeps it special. I didn't play Minecraft at the time, but apparently mossy cobblestone used to be one of those rare blocks. You could only get it in jungle temples, I think. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's actually the case. Yeah. It was quite the adventure. I can show you for piglin brutes. Where is it? Piglin brutes. 200 piglin brutes. Monster spawners. That's it. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was someplace where I could only get in. I refuse to craft mossy blocks. Go to forest and strongholds to collect them. Nice. You could get a lot of mossy cobblestones from a forest, from the old taiga biomes. That's usually what I do when I'm first starting out in the world if I want to get those. Okay, yeah. Yeah. And I think cookies also used to be rare. That was before I played a lot. I don't really know the game, and I play a lot now. I don't know a lot of the recent things. Can't wait to see the build that requires 20 bashes. Stuff. Yeah. It's yeah, 20 bastions worth of gilded blackstone and a shulker box worth of pale oak logs. I need, well, I need resin. I think we're going to get resin in a safe place so we don't get blown up by creepers. What we might do is we might create a space here and then we'll get the resin. Set up a little system. Try to get some. Back in 2012. So, yeah. Back at the start, I skipped. I think the first time I played Minecraft was in probably 2013, 2014, but then I only played it for maybe a couple of hours. And then I didn't play it again until 2018. I always forget. Probably, yeah, it's probably about 2018. You dug into the ground, you would the world and drop down. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Richard will like it. We'll take Richard home with us. We need to get some creaking hearts in the hardcore world to be friends with the happy gas. Yeah, we've got our creaking heart here, so we're good with the creaking heart. Got everything we need. Just got to make it home. Let's just double check. I'm pretty sure that the trees will grow. Yeah, okay. It does grow. Oh, wow. Only took one piece. Oh, really? Yeah. Mobs are, yeah, in hardcore mobs are just a little bit more risky. I am actually, so when the new drop comes out, the fact that we're going to have these straw beds means that I will no longer have to, I can actually have a proper spawn location in my city, which is going to be huge. I'm going to have to create a special build just for where my bed will go. And then I'll just use the straw beds for the rest of the time. I've even got the wheat field or the wheat farm all set up for it too. So I'll be set. I'll be able to craft an unlimited supply of straw beds. Yeah. Right. That's the scariest part about the creaking. Just sneak up right behind you. Oh my goodness. That's the last thing that you need in a hardcore world. Boy, this is really a dense forest over here. Down. I think we want to actually break those. Grab that. Let's keep going. I was just debating whether it was time to get the shulker box out to load it up, but we can keep going. Oh, haven't named them yet. Let's get some of these broken. One thing that I've been thinking about doing is using these leaves in my roads in the city. I think that they could make for some interesting cracks in the road. So I want to try to think. Got 18. Let's switch things up a little bit. Grab ourselves. That tells us, okay, we're halfway there. Not a bad start. Let's grab that. We're going to put some of these in here. So we have a little bit of space. And let's get our silk touch one out. Yeah. Well, I've seen some people use grass in fields and terrain, or grass. It's not what I meant to say. Leaves in grass and fields and things. I was like, well, this would be a good way to texture up my roads a little bit more. I've been thinking my roads just needed a little something, because it is the texture I came up for my roads, I came up for quite a while ago. And I've been wanting to mix it up a little bit, so, which is kind of the fun part about having stuff for a while, is that you can do that. Let's not worry about it. We'll go to the top of this tree over here. There we go. Now we can reach the leaves. Just a little bit easier. And We'll have to see. I'm not sure if it's going to look good or not. I've not tested it out at all, but we can give it a little bit of a test when we get back. We're getting all sorts of saplings. They're just lying around. Oh. Falling out. Don't fall out of the tree. Now, the last night that we had, I thought I heard a creaking pop out. So we may stay awake for a little bit and see if we can get one more creaking heart. Just in case. It's always good to have backups. You don't want to just have one. In case something were to happen to it, accidentally break it. You never know. Would not be the first time. No wonder. I'm using the wrong one. Get a second one. Called him Eduardo. Oh, there you go. Yep. I was not using my Silk Touch hoe, so we're gonna need to get more leaves. Wallop. Oh. I see what you're doing there. Having a machine that tells you what weapon to use each session. Ooh. That's a good idea. I still haven't fixed the zoom, so I need to get my mod fixed so I can zoom in on things. I really miss it. Oh, look at who's here. You are not a creaking. This is a creaking adventure. Not a zombie adventure. Take a stroll through the woods. I thought I had heard one. Maybe we were in a different part. Aha! Here we go. Where's your home base? Is it that tree? Oh. See, this is why I don't want creepers to ruin the forest. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And now we've got backups. Just in case. Eduardo and Richard. All right, we're gonna sleep. There are monsters nearby. Okay. My friend. Endermen are always interrupting good times. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. Okay. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, skeleton. All right. The best thing to do is not panic. And I definitely was panicking. Now, where did my bed go? My bed's over here. We're going to just say goodbye to you too because we don't need Enderman interfering with our wood chopping expedition. Spears, tridents, but never know which to use. Oh, yeah. Do you still have the... Is it the trident killers in Xbox? Or have they removed that feature? Dual wielding, yeah. Dual wielding is a great thing. Whoosh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah. I only ever used them in one farm, and it was a gold farm. It was quite useful. Just patch up our creeper holes around here. Really damaging the forest. We don't want our forest to be damaged. All right. Get that cleared out. There we go. Get these. I'm in a raid farm on his world, but he stopped playing. Oh, yeah. Letting the creepers do the work. Yeah. Yep. This is called the creeper terraforming technique. You dig out a monster spawn. Go and then collect the drops. Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of farms that I really liked that don't function the same way in Java. I had one that was an ink sac farm, but it also gave you a ton of bone meal because you'd get a bunch of fish. Advanced techniques used by the ancient builders, yeah. little bit of lore. Patrolling the area, correcting the train. Yeah. I've had two different worlds where I found two spawners that were close enough together that you would be able to have mob spawning in both of them. And in the process of trying to put it together, had a creeper come up and destroy one of the spawners. The first time I was like, well, okay, that's sad. The second time I was like, no, how does this keep happening? Driving. So it's Celebrity Sailboat. Welcome. Driving. So just listening along. I wanted to say, you made it. Hello, hello. But yeah. Not the greatest luck with double spawners. And I'm supposed to be collecting leaves. I forgot. Oh no. We'll make up for it. Get all the leaves. Question is, will we be able to get enough saplings that we will not run out before we get all of the wood that we want? That's what I'm wondering. This tree looks a little odd. Oh dear. All right. Getting things collected. Got a lot of different spaces. I think we're getting pretty close. Yep. Only got, let's see, about 5.5 stacks left to go, which is good. We've got our creaking hearts. We've got our pale oak leaves. We've got the eye blossom flowers. So it's been a very successful trip. Not that we're done yet. We still have a little ways to go. That one there. That one there. Should probably leaves here. Oh, you can also buy from the Wandering Trader. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check it. next watering trader that we see, there's one at the world spawn that's been there for now several weeks. And I've been going to the end a little bit more to repair up tools. So I come out at the world spawn. There's usually a wandering trader just sitting there. Like, well, I'll leave you to it. All right. I think we're going to sleep just because I don't want any more creeper explosions. This is a nice view. Overlooking an ocean. You can pretty much buy the pale oak forest if you're lucky. Yeah. Yeah, because you get the if you get the saplings. Are you able to get pale moss? Why are you shooting me? It's so rude. Trying to have a nice conversation over here. All right. Yeah. Still waiting for a sniper. Yep. He wants all the saplings, but keeps. Yeah. Well, that's the trade-off, I guess. It's you can get one or the other. Oh, we're getting actually. We're still getting a decent amount dropping. I want to get enough leaves that we can do a good test, but we might. I think we do have enough. We can switch over to back over to our fortune pick, not fortune pick, our fortune hoe. Switch it out. There we go. It's raining saplings. It's all, yeah. Follow the circle. All right, here we are. Here we go. There we go. Collected. Good to go. Question is, which of the trees that we're chopping down now are ones that were originally spawned in here, and which are ones that are growing from the saplings that we've been placing? Oh. Bumped the mic. I'm sorry if there was a loud pop there. Okay. We've got 3. We need 3 more. Some of these bigger trees. Will I be able to add this tree to your fancy tree farming thing? Yeah, I could do it with my tree farm. The one thing about the tree farm that does the pale oak tree and the dark oak tree is that it uses a ton of bone meal. So that was one of the reasons why I built the bone meal farm, was because this farm uses a ton of bone meal. It's also really bad on getting saplings. It uses up more saplings than you get. So it's not the... It's great farm because you can get a lot of wood without having to mine it, but it's not a great farm in the fact that it uses a ton of bone meal and a ton of saplings to be able to get that wood. It's almost more efficient to just chop the trees down yourself. So I was a little bit disappointed because that was one that I was, especially for the dark oak wood, that I was really hoping to use a lot. But the other tree farms are amazing. I will be using a lot more acacia wood, I think, for texturing purposes with grays because that was one that it's really difficult to farm manually, but with the farm that I built, well, I think it was designed by RaiseWorks or Ian Exo4. I can't remember. It's one of those two that designed the farm. You can get so much wood very quickly. So yeah. I've done 2 terraforming projects where I had acacia wood and I mined it by hand once and I used the farm once, and it was definitely better to use the farm. Let's go. It's been fun. Thanks so much for stopping by, Crafty. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, I need the sapling. Give me the sapling. Thank you. Getting swarmed here. The zombies are coming out of the forest. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a little bit more. So I think probably one more tree. This might do it. Let's see. I think this is going to do it. That one. That one. Yeah, we did it. All right. Now we can put that up there. Do we want to do a little eye blossom flower farm contraption? It's going to depend on whether we've got enough bone meal, because I think the only bone meal that I have, I mean, we've got these bone blocks, which is enough to run the farm for a little bit. We might save that for another day. We'll head back. I am going to need to do some tool repairs here pretty soon. You can see I've gone through quite a few tools. Doing a little bit of mining. There we are. Okay. Now, where's the way home? I think. Let's see. $12,500, 21,000. Oh, we definitely went the wrong direction. Huh. So we're gonna go this way. Makes sense. Our cliffs and mountains. I do like coming across cliffs like this. Can always build them though, I suppose, too. You know, if we really wanted to have some cliffs, we could build some cliffs. That's the best part about this game. You can build whatever. All right, let's see. I think we want to go... No, we want to go this way. Yep. In a straight line from about here. Should take us back to our portal. And then we can do some experimenting with our pale oak leaves. Do some cracks in the road. See how we can use that. And maybe set up a resin farm. Might need to think about where we could set the resin farm up. Build your dreams. Exactly. Oh, here's our nether portal. Good thing I looked down at that spot. Otherwise, we would have kept flying. Might have flown. Well, actually, we couldn't fly home because we were flying away from where we were. Do we go? Yes, we go this way. We didn't see any geysers while we were out. We're gonna have to get some of those other blocks at some point. Some of the sulfur blocks and the cinnabar. They would probably be good for our desert village area. I gotta do some building out there at some point. Gotta do a lot of building everywhere. There's so many places I want to build. And there's only so many hours in the day. All right. So let's go in here real quick. And you can see here our gilded blackstone. The most gilded blackstone I've ever had before. We're going to go over. I'm going to see whether I have pale moss. But I don't think I have the hanging pale moss. No. I was worried I was not going to be able to fill this up, but I have been. It is. Okay, well, we can put that in there. Put that in there. So let's go find a road. We can do some experimentation on it. Where is... We've got lots of roads everywhere, but I'm trying to think of a place where we can test things out. Maybe through here. So if we were to do something like that. I'm going to pick this up. I think we need to get some other blocks too. Let's get some other blocks. Do experimentation. Down in our old storage room. I want to be over here. I want to be over here. Yep. Some tough. Want to get some tough. Looks good from far away. Yeah. Enderman. Enderman! They know. They know that I've done things to them. Okay. That off. Yeah, science time. Time to get creative. All right. Spoilers over there. All right. we're going to get some more rockets. All right. So if we were to, let's go back to our, so we were to do that and maybe do a little bit of these. Not a great angle. Maybe we'll go up here. Could be interesting. We need to be able to see. I think I like it. I think I like it. It's a nice way to have something just a little bit different. I bet too, if we were to get some pale moss carpets, which we actually probably have in our inventory or in here. We don't. Good for shadow area? Yeah. It would probably be good in a shadow area. This could be another way to put in some texturing on the ground. So it's not another way to mix it up so it's not flat all the time. See if there's some other spots that we could put them. One thing I still need to do is this interior space here that needs to get decorated up, but I'm trying to think of where. Probably under this tree is a good spot too. So we could do. We were to get that, and we could do that a bit. This maybe. I mean, it's just subtle enough that it doesn't really stand out, which I like. I like that it's not sort of in your face kind of boom. It's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We can kind of just. But I do think we want some carpets. So then we could do a little bit of that there. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot about that. We could do those on there. And that just helps. I don't know. What do you think? I like it, but it does sort of help keep things from being a little bit too pristine. You know, everything's very clean right now. And I've been wanting to go through and not make things messy, but just feel a little bit more like a place that people live in, as opposed to sort of just a set. We just got, oh yeah, things. So could be kind of fun. We probably would want to put one on this side too, maybe. I think we want to bring that back. Sit there. Let's drop off this some. Carry that around with us. Don't need that. Then we can do there and there. And we're going to leave this open, although we might put one of those there. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're going to do, let's check out Moss Farm here. We have, oh, we got some pale moss carpet in here already. Should have some space here. Space here. No, no. Okay, so it should go there. I was just thinking it might make sense to get our pale moss going in the farm. And while we're working... Oh. So I was collecting our pale oak wood. We were collecting some of the eye blossoms. But now we're back home. We're doing a little bit of experimentation here. Not with this farm, but with some road work. Crash and burn. Okay. And we should see... I think it drops down. Oh yeah, it drops down here. I dropped down here. Okay, yeah, we could hear it there. So that's what we want to hear. We should see things drop down. Come out of there. Potentially. Might have to fly back up and just see if it's working. Okay, yeah, finally. All right, so that's good. Want to be able to have things get replaced. So now we can go back to getting a little bit of the work done here. All right. I'm thinking we actually don't want to put leaves there though, because that's going to show. We'll put our leaves there. We can put those there and then pale moss there. And we're going to need Yeah, not even as wheels. They're just decorative. I mean, ever since you could build them using iron instead of netherite ingots. They're much more affordable. I definitely didn't do this when they required netherite ingots. That would be crazy expensive. No, that there. I think those are. I think what we want to do too is put them in some of these places where we have. Yeah. Yeah, we've made a little bit of progress in the world. We've got a full inventory. I'm thinking we need drop off a few things. Let's see. Take these out. Take these out. And then those moss blocks. There we go. That'll make it just a little bit easier on ourselves. Don't need that. Yeah, we're going to just kind of... Let's just see what we can do with these. It may not necessarily work in all spots, but... Yeah. I like being able to do just a little bit of, you know, experimentation, try things out. I feel like these are the perfect times to do it too. Celebrity Sailboat, thank you so much for the 5. Balloon ND 2028, paid for by the Aeronautical Architect Assistance Association. Triple A's, yes. We'll take care of Balloon. Balloon Society. Oh, we did it again. Want to put this here. Oh no, we didn't want that block. We wanted that's too many in a row there. We got more of that. Yeah. And this is where we get, it's a little bit tricky because we have there. But we can expand it with the carpet, so I think we will. Ships on the YouTube app. Oh, yeah. I think yeah, I like that. It works. How does it look on the street? Yeah. We do have a little bit of repeatingness. We might need to break that up a little bit. Birch and azalea planters. Oh, thanks, Celebrity Sailboat. Yeah. The put one there. That's what we can do. Yeah, I wasn't originally planning to put the birch trees into the intersections. Whoops. Also wasn't planning to fall down there. I wanted to land on top. But yeah. It was like a nice way to add in some more trees to our city. There we go. I think that it's a very subtle addition to the roads. I think wouldn't really notice it in most places. I've also got to do something in this spot right here. Probably add in some trees and plants. Let's do another spot here. I think this is a good spot. That. Probably a little bit of. Thanks, Sunburn Relic. Thanks, Robin. Yeah. It was they were part of my, I did a little bit of a, let's design a bunch of trees. Terrific. Thanks, OSG. Yep. That's funny. Probably actually want to go down this way because we want to stick close to our moss farm. Speaking of, let's go to the moss farm, see if we can get some carpets and more moss. Now that it's been running a little bit. And we can't get very many. A little bit. Okay. That should get us going. I'm thinking we don't want to do it that way. I want to go here. We probably want to put some on that side. So there and there. There. Yeah. Just a little decorating. Go through. Probably do a couple down here. This is another way that we can also help to have some of these stretches look just a little bit nicer. We could even use these carpets to add in some lights to the roads. Help prevent mob spawning. Oh, you know what? Speaking of lights, I wonder if some glow lichen might not be a good addition. As a way to even make the fade between these lines better. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We gotta turn the farm off, because this is a farm that will break if we leave the area. Let's get ourselves some glow lichen. I think we want to go to the new storage room. That's where our glow lichen is going to be. Potentially. Might not be here. We got a little bit. The one area, or the one thing that will actually make this not great is when shaders are on. Can make the glow lichen a little bit. Okay. Is that worth it? I don't know. I don't think it is. Not quite the effect I was expecting. I think we're going to replace that. Go through here. So yeah, we're going to just continue down the street, adding in our leaves. And our moss plants. Okay. Um, some other things that I've been thinking about adding into our streets here is potentially turning in some of these buildings to shops. So I've been thinking about doing a stream where we just go through and decorate the exteriors, probably add in some signs, put some things out in the front. So that might be something that we do sometime soon. Uh, depending on how things go. Seen some people adding in the geysers to fountains. I think that could be something that we might want to try experimenting with too for these ones. We could put the geysers in down around through here, probably. If we did some of the shorter ones, that might look good with the water. It's a little bit challenging trying to find a good placement for them, but nice way to add a little bit of life. Build on one of your streets. Oh yeah. Is it over here? Or maybe even a beacon? Yeah. Yeah. I've I've got some ideas for adding beacons. They're going to be coming at a later point. It's a diagonal build. Ooh, diagonal builds. Got a couple of diagonal builds. We got. I can take off. We've got our diagonal builds here. Um, we've got diagonal builds over on this side. I can't do it. I can't do it. There we go. And then we've got one more over there. Is it one of those ones? I try to sleep. There we go. Can rest. Green roof one. Yeah. Okay. We showed it. Yep. Yeah. That one there. What's inside? It's a little empty. We just have a lot of space. All of these houses are rather empty shells. That would be another thing to do, to get some things added. There. We just have torches. I'll have to do a serious interior decorating stream, or maybe 5 or 6 streams. Because there's currently 50 houses, and there's going to be a lot more. Got a long ways to go. Oh no. I want that there. That one there. That's good. Do just a little bit of digging. All right. Let's see. How are things looking? Yeah. It's a fairly minimal addition. You're walking around. Be just a nice little, break from all of the stone and the stone variants. So, yeah, minimal, maximum impact. Yeah. These roads were just needing some extra things. I got to do just a little extra this, a little extra that. I'll put that there. Try not to cover it up, but also we can get rid of the gravel. So it's a win-win. I need to be careful here because I keep putting 3 moss carpets down on each of them. You know how it is with patterns. So, oh. Yeah, I do have villagers in other parts. We're in a villager not or an area that we don't have any villagers in it, but there are villagers in over by a marketplace. Continue down our road here. Do just a little bit more of our additions. Yeah. It can be a good feeling having a bustling city. Also hard to keep them alive. Oh, that's not it. We want this one, and maybe one here. Upkeep and maintenance, yeah. I've got to figure out because I think there's a problem with where here we can go over and take a look. One of the things about setting things up and then time passing is you forget how it's supposed to function. So we've got our villagers, well, they've slowly been thinned out, but we do have some villagers over here, I think. They may not still be over here. Let's see. Yep. They're gone. It's because I've been not sleeping through the night. But if we go inside here and we go here. All right. So over here, we've got this little mechanism. All right. So we've got our villagers right here. They come up from the villager breeder through this tube. And I've got this piston here. Now, I need to go back and figure out what I was doing when I set this up. Because we have a lever down there, which is supposed to make it so that the villagers go and they spill out into the fountain down below. But they're not doing that. And I also don't have this closed. So I think what I did was I left it open so that they would just go down there all the time. And these ones are just stuck here. But I also have this piston down here. Or there was a piston here. But I don't know why I left this target block in this redstone, because just having redstone go into a target block doesn't do anything. So it's a whole mess. I need to figure out what I was doing to make this work, and then I gotta fix it. But yeah, the way that it was supposed to function was I could flip this lever and then come over here. Gotta sleep. And then the villagers would all come out through that hole right there. But it has not been working properly. And our villager breeder is down here. And it seems to be doing just fine. So. Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah, free range masons is pretty impressive there, Robin. Yeah. Aw, thanks, OSG. Yeah, they should be free range. I definitely don't have a whole bunch of villagers locked away somewhere in this world. Definitely not. But yeah, it was supposed to. I had wanted it to be so it rain villagers, and it did work when I set it up, but it needs some repair work to get it to function correctly. Oh, here we go. We got one guy. But yeah, this is the tube that sends them up the top. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Of course. All free range. I mean, I have semi-free range sniffers over here. I say semi-free range because they can't go out. That's what these are here for. Keep them in the garden. But I mean, I feel like they've got a pretty good sized garden that they can sniff around in. I also don't have a large group of sniffers in a confined space either, anywhere in this world. Probably could do some protection. Yeah, it is for their protection. I don't want anything to bad happen to them. Yeah, yeah. The mending villager, you gotta keep safe. Last thing you want to do is lose that one. We're gonna just put some of our little patches here in random places. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. All right. I think, ooh, we have all of these blocks. Yeah. Did your market villagers have beds? No, they don't have beds. But that's intentional because if they sleep, then they'll spawn in iron golems, and I didn't want a bunch of iron golems around. Ooh, that's convenient. Yeah. I was sad that they changed it so that you can't get down to 1 emerald for everything anymore. I missed I had intended to completely fill out my villager trading hall with villagers that were fully upgraded. And I forgot to do it before that update. It was several updates ago, I think. So I was like, oh no. I've got a bunch of villagers who aren't have super cheap trades. But the librarian ones, they're all set. Except for the 3 new ones for the mace enchantments and the spear enchantments. Yeah, no secret servers golems to save them. Well, yeah, it was there. Sort of would fill up my marketplace with iron golems. So they have only one villager left. It was really sad. I used to have a villager who would hang out on top of this tower. And then when I was going through building these houses, something happened to him. So he's no longer up there. But he was up there for a really long time. I think I still have. Potentially. He might be gone too. Yeah. I used to have an Enderman who is on one of these stairs. He's gone. I think I still have one over here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that Enderman. He's been stuck on this tower ever since I built them. What? Well, something happened to him. I say because I don't know what happened to him. I just looked up once and then he wasn't there anymore. So it's not, I didn't do anything to him myself, but I was also not sleeping at night. I think I have, ooh. Don't mind the missing walls. I think this is, I do have some, no I don't. I have stairs in one of these. Maybe not. This one? Nope. I think I only put in stairs maybe up at the top. This spot. Yes. Here we are. It's the only one that has... I think that is... Oh, here. We can do a little spoiler reveal here to wrap things up. We've got some preliminary foundational work done over here. You may remember there used to be a little hill right here that has been semi-flattened. Not completely flattened, but just a little bit flattened. Yeah. Working on the entrance to the city. So that'll be something coming soon. There's just a little bit of a different approach in as you come in. We're gonna have this tree is kind of in the way. This tree might go our little path here, and our path is going to get centered to line up there. Oh, looks like a labyrinth probably. It'll make more sense when the rest of it gets filled in. But got a skeleton. But yeah. I think this will be a good way to walk into the city. It was a small hill. It took about 30 minutes. It was, yeah. But all right. I think that's where we're going to wrap things up though for tonight. Yeah. We're going to be doing Hardcore World tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to be doing there. Have to think about that. Probably doing some building with our staircase. Actually, I have an idea for what we're going to do. We're going to probably do some building below the staircase, just to mix things up, because we've been spending a lot of time on the staircase. I want to do something different. But yeah, that's it for tonight. We've got more building to do in this world. More coming. Hopefully there will be a video this weekend. I'm really trying to get one done before the weekend, but kind of depends on how much I can get built on that. It's kind of a big project. But that's where we're going to see the gilded blackstone in action. And that'll be coming soon. Yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks Sunburn Relic. Thanks Rockin' to Robin, Celebrity Sailboat, OSG Hourglass. We'll have another stream really soon. But until then, have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.